Hey, what's up everyone? So today we're going to work on two lower body just straight up stretches. So you might want to spend a couple extra minutes here instead of the standard 2 minutes we do. So the first is going to be a lunge stretch. We're going to capture a lot of the mid hamstring on the front leg and the hip flexor in the back leg. We're going to add a little rotation just to make it a little bit more interesting and to set up the back to get a little bit of movement in there as well. So we're going to plank out like so and then pull a foot forward. We're going to have the toe forward, heel on the ground, and then knee right over the heel. You don't want this foot falling in. Okay, so if we're looking at it from the front like so, you don't want that. You want it to look almost like a single leg squat. Toe forward, heel on the ground, knee over the heel, not in. From here, you can have your back knee on the ground, or you can open up that hip and have a straight back leg. To make this stretch even more beneficial for your time, you'll want to push your hips back and up. All right, so see here I'm soft, here I'm backing up. Okay, so we use the cue ice cream scooper a lot because you have that ice cream scooper and first you go down, but because the angle, the bowl shape, it cuts forward and then up. So hips, again, not just leaning back, but almost backing up in a hinge motion. You're going to get a lot more of a stretch in the middle of the hamstring with that. So you can start out, again, knee on the ground or here. Ideally, we'd like to take, if we have our left foot out, our left hand, and we would rotate up towards the sky, trying to keep the hips even. All right, so when you rotate, don't, again, collapse soft and let those hips rotate. That's why we're pushing back and up with the hips. If you can't rotate that far, keeping that position, then don't rotate that far, okay? So from the right side, again, here I'm soft, hips backing up and rotating like so. Again, 2 minutes each side, but because there's a couple different ways to do the position with the reaching and maybe walking the hands forward, you can spend 3 or 4 minutes here. You might even do each side twice. So maybe 2 minutes, 2 minutes, or 2 minutes, and then 1 minute after that. The second stretch we're going to do is a really closed chain squat stretch. So closed chain meaning we've got a lot of body parts in contact with something that's not going to move, which is forcing us into a position. So the ideal squat position would be toes forward, heels and feet about outside hip, between hip and shoulder width, depending on your measurements. Knees out over the heels or even a little bit further out. We'd like a flat low back, and the way we're going to close all that up so we don't have to hold this position is by laying on the ground and using a wall. So what we're going to do is scoot our butt nice and close to a wall, have our low back on the ground, butt on the wall, and then feet flat, toes forward on the wall. We can use our elbows to open up our knees, and you can sit here from 2 up to 10 minutes, okay? This is pretty extreme position, so if you can't get into the perfect squat position, don't worry about it. Do what you can within the parameters, i.e. low back on the ground, but close to the wall, and heels full foot on the wall. So here we go, setting up from this direction, scooting towards the wall, rolling over. This is the position. If you have to back up, maybe here, that's also fine. So again, it's all a spectrum. Go with the good position and adjust it for your current flexibility level. All right. After a couple minutes in there, usually 3 to 5, you're going to feel something burning, maybe the shins, maybe one side of the low back, a hip, something like that. You'll know what you need to work on further, okay? So knock those out. really up to you. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes there, 6 minutes total, or you can spend a couple of minutes extra and take it to 10 or 12. Have fun, see you tomorrow.